Hey, it's Lily back again with another video. I don't have like a little tripod for my phone in the car, so I put you all the way from afar. Hope you people can hear me through my phone. But I'm in my car. I just parked because I'm about to head to a gym, but I wanted to share this message for people who have been recently watching my videos. I thank you so much. Thank you everyone for such a strong support lately. I've been seeing my channel grow very nice and steadily, so I feel really happy and excited to make content for everyone. But today's idea I wanted to share to people, and it's you are what you consume. And I think you kind of already know this, and people probably, you heard it so many times. Whatever you eat, whatever you hear, whatever you listen, it's who you are. But also who the people you're around with really determines how you will end up as a person. And actually for me, it never really registered my mind how much it really truly matters until like a few years ago. Where I was in a place where I was surrounded by a lot of things that I did not want. Like from experiences, from people, from things, to jobs, to pretty much everything. And the undermining reason why that was happening because it was from me. And because I decided to choose that. So if you're like a minor, you might be 18 years or younger, you might not have a lot of choices to determine who you're with, such as if you go to school or like high school. You won't be able to decide who you surround yourself very often because you have to go to those settings like school, or you have to go home because you're a kid and you have to be surrounded in those places. And you might have to learn to cope or be with people that you don't really want to be with. And if this is not the video for that, FYI, I generally make videos for people who are, adults and not for minors. So FYI, this is not a kid video. But this is a video for people who are generally 18 years or older and who are adults and have the opportunity to work, to live somewhere, to decide really what they want to do with their life. And especially if you have all the privileges here in the USA. Primarily first world countries, right? But why I say that is because a lot of people are going to be like, but this Lily, or I can't do that because of this, or I can't do it because of that. They're going to give me the but and what ifs, and I'm sorry, I can't really answer those questions. But what I'm trying to tell you is that majority of the time people can control who they're with and what they consume and what they listen to. And I've thought about this for the longest time ever because I was not getting the results that I wanted in my life. And I thought to myself, rather than, blaming people or circumstances and being a victim mentality, well, I should probably make a whole video about that. I decided just to look within and what am I consuming that made me feel this way? And most things that we can prevent, such as health problems or can be health problems, mental problems, maybe even emotional or even experiences, we can actually prevent them very often. And that all determines what you've been consuming. For example, if I kind of told you a little bit already how I hopped off social media because I didn't see much value in it. I didn't see much of it giving to me, and it was just hurting me more mentally and emotionally. But I also saw that in people. There's certain people that I just don't associate with because they're not the type of people I would want to take on for my trip in my life. And most of the time, it ends up draining my batteries more than it needs to, right? So I do tell people like who you're surrounded with, like the average 5 they say is who you are. And I came to a place where I really didn't like the people who I was with, or in general didn't really like who I was. So when that happens, you have to kind of just let go of a lot of those people. When it comes to consuming, especially online, a lot of people always ask me like, aren't you addicted to YouTube? And since you're on here, And the answer is no, because I have a very fulfilled and happy, productive life that I actually don't spend a lot of time on my phone. And YouTube is probably the last kind of thing I'm thinking about. And I just make YouTube on my free time, hence why I'm making my video in my car, because I do not have time to, make videos and set the whole stand up and lights and everything. I don't have time to do that. Maybe in the future when I do have more time, but primarily I don't have time for that right now. So I make videos where I can and when I can. But overall, like when I'm on YouTube, I do curate the things that I am looking at. So, and for example, like I don't follow certain people. I don't like certain things. I don't watch certain videos because YouTube has an algorithm like all social media does, and the more videos you watch on that certain topic, the more they start suggesting you those things. Pretty obvious, right? You already know this, but we already know this, and what I do is that I don't subscribe to things that aren't beneficial to me. I generally only follow probably like a handful of people on my profile that I really do enjoy and I watch regularly. And those people, I believe, have helped me a lot with my self-esteem, my financial, my goals, my life, inspiration. These people are really positive figures, and I would encourage you to do the same thing. Maybe if you don't want to do a dramatic leap, like hop off social media forever, you can at some level still regulate who's on there. And so when I was on social media, I first started actually doing that. I actually started to follow only certain people that I really wanted to follow, which were like my friends, my real friends, my family, and then few inspos that I thought was really cool to follow. But later on, I just thought I didn't really need any of that, but because I didn't have time for it anyways. But you can do that yourself. You can hop on social media and start decluttering who you're following and who you're subscribed to. And I think that will really help with the impact of who you're surrounding yourself with. Another thing too is that where I consume my information really does matter. A lot of people, for example, spend a lot of time, but maybe if you're an older generation, watch a lot of news, or maybe not even older generation, maybe if you're on like Facebook or like Instagram, there's always news happening, really bad news all the time. And the reason why that's happening is because people get a lot of reaction. If it's positive news, people don't really react to it. So the news and like social media are kind of tailored in a way that they will continue promoting bad news just for people to give them attention. Hope that makes sense. So it actually is curated like that, so you can get addicted and stuck to it. Naturally, people are attracted to negativity. So, yes, people are addicted to suffering in this world. You have no idea how much people are willing to find ways that they're suffering and make excuses of why they have problems. And naturally, people are always like that. And I can make a whole video actually about why people enjoy suffering. But for someone who doesn't enjoy suffering, and maybe like me and you, we don't want to suffer, or you don't want to suffer, is the one way to stop the suffering is to not be a part of it. And so the way that I consume my information probably would come from books. It comes from, articles that are really accredited, influencers, or people who have positive inspirations between my financial or just primarily my goals, like who are really trying to be there and help us grow. I really do subscribe to those people, but I don't subscribe to nonsense like, I don't know what people are watching these days, but weird shit on the internet. But yeah, that's how I keep myself sane and know that I'm on track and goals. And another thing too, I get a lot of my consumptions also from audiobooks, from reading books, and being able to use different sensories rather than, always watching and scrolling through feeds and, TikToks and stuff. Those aren't very helpful. I do pick places places like audiobooks or more into reading, because it actually encourages me to actually take my time on things. Like, actually encouraged me to think and use other forms of way for me to be there, like to be present. I hope that makes sense. Hey, so I had to actually step back from my last video. I have to kind of like, I don't know, crush down a little bit because my tripod doesn't go any taller than this. But I really wanted to wrap up this video because I wanted to tell you that no matter what you do online or what you consume, just make sure to ask yourself a few questions, which I always generally do when I'm online. Is this content useful to me? Does it trigger me? Does it make me feel good or not good, right? Does it inspire me? Do I get something out of it? Provides me kind of value? And these are just basic questions to ask yourself when you're ever watching any kind of content, and if it's helping you in some way. That's how I kind of determine whether things are valuable to me or not. Another question that kind of helped me shift my mindset on what I was consuming is, if I keep consuming the same material over and over again and I don't do anything about it, who would I be the next 5 to 10 years, to 1 year, 2 year, whatever timeline? And would you be down or would you be happy with that? And to me, that question kind of allowed me to shift and be like, well, I wanted to be someone else, right, at the time, and I decided to be and do different things that other people are not doing. So anyways, I hope you find this video helpful and enjoy your time watching it. Again, everyone's peeking again, asking me what I'm doing. I just saw my family pull by and say, what are you doing? I hope you find this useful and you give me a like and a thumbs up. I gotta go eat dinner with the fam. They're all like looking at me sideways like, what are you doing, you freaking weirdo? I'll see you guys next time. Until next time, bye.